Hello, how's it going? My name is Amanda Gold, and I'm a life coach. And I have crazy hair right now because I went on a bike ride in the hot, hot sun here in Colorado. But, anyways, this is not about my hair, although I apologize if it's distracting in any way. Stop talking about it now. So, I am a life coach, and my business is called Kick Ass with Both Feet. That's kind of the umbrella I work under. Basically, I help people kind of wake up to their badassery and go live the most amazing lives of their dreams. And so I have been focusing a lot on setting and achieving goals. And so, first off, I want to invite you to my free group that I have on Facebook, and it's called Kick Ass with Both Feet. And I just posted, I do a lot of teaching and coaching in that group. And I just posted a 30-minute course class video about how to set and achieve a goal that involves another person because I just got engaged. Yay. And that was a goal. I set a goal many moons ago that I was going to meet my beloved. I was going to find someone who was like a match for me and be in a long term monogamous partnership with them forever. I wanted to get married. That was a goal. And I think it's interesting to think about like how the hell do we set a goal when I'm not running out into the world grabbing dudes and being like, "Will you marry me?" Like I'm not interested in manipulating someone. I definitely wasn't interested in changing myself to fit to make someone love me, right? That's off limits in my world. And I wasn't trying to be dishonest or anything. It had to be a mutually beneficial match. And I was thinking like we actually can set goals like that involve other people because there's so much more that we can control than we give ourselves credit for. What happens is a lot of times people spend too much time worrying about the other person and where are they and what do they like. And I'm here to say if you focus on what you can control, which is yourself, your thinking, your feelings, what you do, how you show up, how you carry yourself, what you're believing, all that stuff, that's enough to attract the right people into your world. And this applies whether you're talking about a romantic partnership. This also applies really well to if you have a business like I do, where you're looking to attract the ideal clients to work with you. I'm here to change the world, no big deal. And I need my army of badasses to get with the revolution, right? Like I am coaching mostly women, but any enlightened human who wants to change the world and make it a better place. So we're doing anti-racist work, we're doing inclusivity work, we're kicking ass with both feet for the good of the world. So I'm looking to attract those kind of people who want a piece of that, right? But again, that there's so much of that can feel out of my hands. I cannot go make people work with me, right? Or that would be unethical and slimy and weird if I tried to do that. I'm not here for that. So I thought it'd be cool to teach a class about these kind of specific goals that involve other people. So again, partnership, starting a business in which you need clients. This can even work if you're not an entrepreneur, but you just want a job. Like you have to let that other person has to hire you, right? You can't just pick where you want to work and show up like, "Hi, I'm here. You're welcome." They have to agree. And we do have a lot of say over that. So if you go into my group, you're welcome. Please join Kick Ass with Both Feet on Facebook. If you go in there, a ton of classes already live there, tons of videos, including the full class. What I'm doing here is just teaching pieces of it in parts. So I identified kind of like 6 key things that you want to like practice and keep in mind when you're working on a goal that involves other people. If you want the full class in one go, it's like 30 minutes and it lives in the group. So go join the group. I also encourage you to join it because it's just an amazing group full of amazing people and we're all there supporting each other. I will tell you, achieving any goal is so much easier in community. So feel free to join us there if you have badass goals. Also, if you're someone who's just like freaked out by goals and you're like, "I don't set goals," I really encourage you because I teach goal setting in a really different way that suits different nervous systems, different personalities, different um, neurodiversities. Like it honors the neurodivergent among us and our creativity and our inherent worthiness. It's so much more different than any kind of typical patriarchal goal setting model you may have experienced in the past. So if you think I fucking hate goals, I'm not good at goals, I have a lot of shame around goals, my group is really a safe place for you to re-explore that and see if maybe you actually do want to set goals and could be very awesome at it. So So the purpose of these videos here on the YouTubes is to break down that larger class. So again, if you want the full thing, pop into that group, you can just have it. And here I'm breaking it down into 6 parts. So they will be shorter. This one's longer because of the introduction. But so setting a goal that involves other people without manipulating or controlling them or trying to contort yourself to change to be someone you think that you should be to get them to like you. That fuck that. We don't do that here. So point one for this video, we're going to focus on this first point is to just get a clear picture of the type of person that you want to date, marry, work with, hire, be hired by. Who do you want to be with? And I want you to be super clear about it. If you are in any sort of like, if you run in like the law of attraction manifestation circles, you may have come across this little piece of BS. I think it's BS, which is like you have to be super clear on what you want or else the universe doesn't know and the universe is like confused. And I want to just say that's some bullshit. The universe isn't confused about anything. It's the universe. The universe knows what you need and want better than you do. You want to get clear on who you want to be with and work with and whatever goal you have, you want to get really clear on it for your sake so that you can move through the world with clarity, which feels awesome. The opposite of clarity is confusion. And when you're wishy-washy or confused about what you want, you don't have any sort of intelligent filtering system. So you'll just take whatever comes, maybe, or you'll settle, or you'll make mistakes that don't suit you, and you'll move towards people that aren't a right fit for you, right? Or you'll fall for different things that aren't meant for you. Everything can be used. There's no permanent mistake, right? You just learn from it. But what I'm saying is like when you're really clear on what you want, you can get there a lot faster because you know much more easily what is and isn't it. So to be very clear, we're talking about getting clear on what you want for your sake. The universe knows. Don't worry about that. I also want to say if we're talking about like dating, for example, it can be tempting to get into superficial specifics that don't actually matter. So if we're speaking to like heteronormative dating, um, lots of women might have a list of qualities they want in a partner that have to do with things like their height or um, the kind of job they have or whatever, right? The kind of car they drive. Those things don't matter. What you want to be clear on is like, how do you want to feel when you're with that person? Whether it's how do you want to feel when you're dating this person? How do you want to feel in a long term partnership? Do you want to laugh a lot? Do you want to feel safe? Do you want there to be tons of trust and communication and passion and sexy fun? And likewise with a job or clients, right? Like if you're looking to attract clients, do you want to feel like you jive with them, like that you can connect with them, that you're helping them and that they're doing the work and they're showing up and they're the kind of client that you don't have to like babysit or coddle or micromanage, right? Are they people who really value what you have to say and take in your every word? That can be fun. And if you're looking for a job, you just think, okay, I want to feel challenged. I want to feel like I can use my creativity. I want to be able to go outside sometimes. I want to make my own schedule. I want a boss who asks for my input. I want to have some say in how the company's run. I want a nice, healthy, inclusive, anti-racist culture, right? Like you start to just think about how I want to feel, but with by like you get specific on what you want, but you also like release the superficial specifics, right? And here's a super fun hint about an ideal client or partner. If they don't want you, or if they can't afford you, or if they don't want to be with you, they're not your ideal. So I see a lot of people kind of fall into this thing where they're like, I thought he was the one. He was the perfect person for me. Or coaches looking for clients will say, I had this person on the console and they seemed like the perfect client for me, but they didn't want to pay the money. And so what happened, right? And it's like, all it is they actually weren't the perfect match. You have to include that in what you want, which is like your perfect person wants you too. The ideal love partnership, they want to date you. They want to be with you. You add to their life. Your ideal client wants to pay you, can pay you. You have to think about that stuff as well. And then, however you're thinking you want to feel with this other person, I want to feel uplifted. I want to feel inspired. I want to feel connected. Find ways to start feeling that way now. So, when you don't have to go wait for that other person to bring that stuff out of you. In fact, you're way more likely to attract the people you want to be with when you're out there living and experiencing the emotions that you're hoping they'll give you, anyways. Everybody likes to be part of a partnership where they believe they're just kind of like an equal adding on to. Not Nobody wants to be that person that's like fulfilling a need, like I need you to complete me, right? So if you just run out in the world and you're like, I am complete, and anybody who comes along for the ride is bonus, that's a way more attractive energy and people love that. So for me, like a big value in my partnership is that we laugh a lot. You better believe when I was single, I was doing a lot of shit that had me out in the world laughing. I was doing fun stuff. I was having fun. I lived a life that just felt light and playful. It wasn't heavy, right? I couldn't expect someone to come on board where it's like, I promise we'll laugh and have a lot of fun when we get together. But I'm not going to have any fun until that person comes. Like, fuck that. And then, of course, if you're out there having tons of fun, you're going to run into other people who value that as well. And they're going to be attracted to you. You're more likely to meet them. You have more in common. It just works out. And when you have a really clear picture of the kind of person you want to be with, right? It's not that you're attached to a specific, but you just kind of know, like, I want to feel this way. I want to do these things. We want to have this in common. When you're focused on that and you're holding that in your mind, you're just way more likely to be able to see it in the world. We have that thing in our brain, the reticular activating system, that says, like, when we believe in something or focus on something, we tend to filter out everything that's not that thing. So the opportunities for that thing jump out more, right? You might see a really interesting dating thing that you hadn't noticed before, or you might notice a person who you hadn't noticed before until you started getting clear on what you actually wanted. Um, you might think of new ways to meet that person or attract that client or speak to the person that you're trying to work with, right? You will just start to filter out the world in a different way when you're holding this sort of ideal that you're looking for, right? So that's it for this video. There's going to be 6 parts. This is part 1. And to sum it up, just get super clear on the type of person that you want to date or work with or attract and how you want to feel when you're with that person, and go out there and feel that way now as best you can. Also, I am a coach. I do one-on-one coaching. If this is something you want help with, or if you like what you're hearing and you want to know more, I will pop my calendar link in the bottom. You can book a free consultation where we can talk about what coaching looks like for you, how it can serve you, what you might like to work on, and how I could help you with that. Feel free to book a call with me. I would love to meet you. And I will be back tomorrow for the second installation of this. Talk to you later. Bye.